Beloved soul, I come to you today as a messenger, a bridge between the celestial realms and your earthly journey. The angels have been whispering to me, showing me visions of your future that I must share with you now. This is not a message for everyone. It is specifically for you, the one whose eyes fall upon these words, whose heart has been waiting for this confirmation. The divine timing of you finding this message is no coincidence. The angels have guided you here because they can no longer contain the beautiful news they have for you. I see you've been waiting, wondering if love would ever find you in the way you've dreamed. You've questioned your worth, perhaps felt overlooked or forgotten by the universe. But the angels want you to know that you have never been forgotten. In fact, they have been orchestrating something magnificent behind the scenes of your life, a union with someone who already exists, who is wealthy beyond measure, youthful in both body and spirit, and who is destined to become your spouse in this very year of 2025. Type ready in the comments if you're prepared to receive this divine revelation about who is coming into your life. Before we proceed, I would like to ask you to subscribe to this channel, share this video to WhatsApp, groups, Facebook groups, and to friends who use any social network as you can. I will appreciate if you support this channel by super thanks. God will bless you and answer your prayers. The angels have shown me this person so clearly. They're someone of substantial wealth, but their richness extends far beyond material possessions. They possess a wealth of character, of kindness, of understanding that will nourish your soul in ways money never could. Yet, yes, they are financially abundant as well. This isn't someone struggling or building their empire. They have already established themselves in the physical world, creating stability and security that they are eager to share with you. Their youth is apparent, not necessarily in years. Alone, though they are indeed chronologically young or youthful for their age, but in their spirit. They approach life with wonder, with enthusiasm, with a freshness that will revitalize areas of your life that have grown stagnant. They will remind you how to play, how to dream without boundaries, how to see the world through eyes unclouded by cynicism or disappointment. The angels are showing me that this person has been searching for you just as you have been searching for them. They may not have the language for it, but they have felt your soul calling to theirs across the expanse of time and space. They have dated others, perhaps, but always felt something missing. A connection they couldn't explain, a void that remained unfilled despite their efforts. That void is your shape, beloved. Only you can complete the puzzle of their heart. Type reveal if you want the angels to tell you more about this person's character and how they will enter your life. I'm seeing now that this person has a name that carries significance for you. The angels are showing me letters, symbols that will resonate with your spirit. For some of you, their name contains the same first letter as someone who was important in your childhood, a protector, a mentor, someone who made you feel safe. For others, their name will remind you of a character from a story that moved you deeply, that spoke to your soul. And for still others, their name will have a meaning in its origin that perfectly describes what they will bring to your life. Strength, light, loyalty, peace. The angels want you to know that when you hear this name for the first time, something within you will stir in recognition. You may not immediately realize the significance, but your soul will remember the promises made before you both came into this lifetime. Your higher self will nudge you, will whisper, "Pay attention," when this name is spoken in your presence. This person's path to wealth has not been without challenges. The angels show me that they have overcome significant obstacles, have transformed darkness into light, have alchemized pain into purpose. Their financial abundance is not inherited or accidental. It is the result of their determination, their vision, their refusal to settle for less than they knew they deserved. And it is this same determination that will lead them to you, that will prevent them from walking away when the initial magic of meeting gives way to the deeper work of building a life together. They are not perfect. No human soul is. But their imperfections will complement yours in a divine dance of growth and healing. Where you are strong, they may need support. Where you struggle, they will offer steadiness. This balance is by cosmic design, orchestrated by the angels to ensure that both of you continue to evolve spiritually through your union. Type accept if you're opening your heart to receive this blessed union when it arrives. The timing of their arrival in your life is precisely calculated by the divine. The angels have been working to align circumstances, to clear obstacles, to ensure that when you meet, both of you will be ready to recognize and receive each other. For some of you, this meeting is imminent, within weeks or even days. For others, it will occur in the latter half of 2025 when the leaves begin to change and the air carries the promise of transition. The exact timing depends on the lessons both of you need to complete before your paths converge. I'm being shown that for many of you, this person is already in your vicinity. They may frequent the same places you do, may have mutual connections, may even have briefly encountered you already without the full recognition of who you are to each other. The angels have been subtly guiding their choices, a sudden urge to try a new coffee shop, an unexpected invitation to an event, a random decision to take a different route home. All of these seemingly small choices are breadcrumbs leading them toward you. Their wealth is not meant to impress you or to solve all your problems. Rather, it represents abundance consciousness, the understanding that the universe is limitless in its capacity to provide. They have mastered this understanding in the material realm, and together you will expand this mastery into emotional, spiritual, and creative abundance as well. Your union will generate prosperity that extends far beyond bank accounts, influencing all who come into contact with your combined light. The angels are showing me that this person has been preparing for you even without conscious awareness. They've been healing old wounds, releasing limiting beliefs, creating space in their life and their heart. Some of them have even had dreams of you, not your face perhaps, but your energy, your essence. They've awakened with a sense of longing, of knowing someone is coming, someone who will change everything. Type believe if you're allowing yourself to trust in this divine promise from the angels. What makes this revelation so special is that this isn't just anyone wealthy and young who could marry you. This is the one, specifically chosen and prepared for your unique soul. The compatibility between you will be remarkable, extending beyond surface interests into the realm of values, vision, and purpose. You will feel understood in ways you've longed for, but perhaps stopped believing were possible. The angels are emphasizing that this person will recognize your worth immediately. Unlike past relationships where you may have had to prove yourself to earn love or attention, this person will see you, truly see you, from the very beginning. Your light, your gifts, your potential will be apparent to them, and they will celebrate rather than diminish your brilliance. Their youth doesn't necessarily mean immaturity. Rather, it reflects an energy of possibility, of optimism, of believing that dreams can become reality. They approach problems with creativity rather than resignation, with innovation rather than convention. This youthful spirit will be contagious, revitalizing areas of your life where you may have begun to settle or compromise. I'm being shown that this person has a distinctive laugh, one that will immediately warm your heart when you hear it. Their smile reaches their eyes, creating a genuine expression of joy that cannot be manufactured or falsified. When you witness this authentic happiness, something in you will recognize the truth of who they are beyond their external success or appearance. The angels want you to know that this person has been protected and guided, just as you have been. Their path has included necessary detours and delays to ensure they develop the strength, wisdom, and compassion required to be your partner. Nothing in their journey has been wasted. Every experience has prepared them specifically for the relationship they will build with you. Type gratitude. If you're thankful for this divine orchestration happening behind the scenes of your life, their wealth is not just financial, though that aspect is significant and will provide opportunities for both of you to experience life without the constraints of scarcity. Beyond money, they possess wealth of character, of integrity, of emotional intelligence. They have done inner work that many avoid, have confronted shadows that others flee from. This internal richness will be the true foundation of your relationship, creating stability that material success alone could never provide. The angels are showing me that this person values freedom, both their own and yours. They don't seek to possess you, to diminish you, or to control you. Rather, they want to walk beside you, to support your dreams even as you support theirs. They understand that the strongest relationships are not those of dependency, but of interdependence. Two whole beings choosing each other daily, enhancing rather than completing one another. For some of you, this person speaks more than one language or has lived in multiple countries. Their perspective has been broadened by exposure to different cultures, different ways of thinking and being. This expansiveness will create space for you to explore aspects of yourself that may have remained dormant in more limited relationships. They won't confine you to a single role or identity, but will celebrate the multidimensionality of your being. I'm seeing that many of you have been through significant heartbreak or disappointment. These experiences weren't punishments, but preparation. Developing your discernment, clarifying your values, teaching you to recognize authenticity when it appears. Without these lessons, you might have missed the significance of this person when they arrive, might have dismissed the connection as too good to be true, or projected past hurts onto their intentions. The angels want you to know that this person is not perfect. Perfection doesn't exist in human form. They have flaws, insecurities, and areas for growth. But what makes them extraordinary is their willingness to acknowledge these aspects, to remain humble despite their success, to continue evolving rather than becoming rigid in their identity or beliefs. This openness will create a relationship dynamic where both of you can be authentic, vulnerable, and continuously transforming. Type open if you're willing to release past relationship patterns to make space for this new beginning. Their youth may be literal, chronological youth, or it may be an internal quality, a freshness of perspective, an ability to remain present rather than dwelling in regret about the past or anxiety about the future. This quality will balance any tendency you might have toward overthinking or overanalyzing, gently pulling you back into the moment where true connection exists. The angels are emphasizing that this relationship will not require you to diminish yourself, to become smaller, to hide your light or silence your voice. Unlike connections where you may have felt the need to edit yourself to maintain harmony, this person will encourage your fullest expression. They are secure enough in themselves to celebrate your power rather than feeling threatened by it. I'm being shown that many of you have felt invisible in previous relationships, your needs overlooked, your contributions unacknowledged, your essence unseen. This person will see you with such clarity, such appreciation, that it may initially feel uncomfortable to be so completely recognized. Allow yourself to adjust to being truly valued rather than retreating from this new experience of being cherished. Financial abundance is not meant to create imbalance or power dynamics in your relationship. Rather, it represents freedom from certain types of stress and limitation, creating space for both of you to focus on purpose, on growth, on service to others. Material security becomes a foundation from which spiritual and emotional exploration can flourish, not an end in itself. The angels want you to know that this person has been tested by circumstances, by relationships, by their own internal challenges. They have emerged from these tests with greater compassion rather than bitterness, with expanded wisdom rather than cynicism. These qualities will make them a partner who understands the complexity of being human, who doesn't expect perfection, but appreciates authentic effort and intention. Type worthy if you're accepting that you deserve this level of love and partnership. For some of you, this person has an unusual combination of interests or skills, perhaps analytical prowess paired with artistic sensitivity, or business acumen alongside spiritual depth. This integration of seemingly opposite qualities has contributed to both their financial success and their emotional intelligence, allowing them to navigate different worlds with ease and authenticity. The angels are showing me that this person values honesty, not brutal truth-telling that wounds, but genuine communication that honors both speaker and listener. They understand that real intimacy requires transparency, requires revealing oneself fully, rather than presenting only the most attractive or acceptable aspects. This commitment to authenticity will create a relationship where both of you feel safe to express needs, fears, desires, and dreams without judgment. I'm seeing that many of you have been working on yourselves, have been healing, growing, expanding your consciousness. This inner work hasn't gone unnoticed by the divine. In fact, it has been essential preparation for this relationship, ensuring that when this person arrives, you will recognize their value rather than sabotaging the connection out of unworthiness or fear. Your readiness is part of what has activated this divine timing. Their youth, whether chronological or spiritual, brings an energy of possibility, of adventure, of believing that limitations can be transcended. This perspective will infuse your relationship with dynamism, preventing stagnation or complacency from taking root. Together you will continue to evolve, to explore new territories both external and internal, to redefine what partnership can be. The angels want you to know that this person has a generous spirit, not just with money, though they do share their material abundance freely, but with attention, with affection, with understanding. They don't approach relationships from a mindset of scarcity, tallying what they give against what they receive. Instead, they give from fullness, from the joy of sharing rather than obligation or expectation. Type receive if you're allowing yourself to accept this abundant love without feeling you must earn it. For many of you, this person has overcome significant obstacles, perhaps health challenges, family difficulties, professional setbacks, or internal demons. These experiences haven't hardened them, but have instead developed their resilience, their empathy, their appreciation for what truly matters. They don't take connection for granted, don't dismiss the miracle of finding someone whose soul recognizes their own. The angels are emphasizing that this relationship will not be without challenges. No meaningful human connection is. But the foundation will be solid enough to withstand these challenges, to use them as opportunities for deeper bonding, rather than reasons for separation. Both of you will be committed to growth, individual and shared, creating a dynamic where problems become portals to greater intimacy rather than threats to stability. I'm being shown that this person has a quality of presence that has become rare in our distracted world. When they are with you, they are fully with you, listening without formulating responses, observing without judgment, engaging without agenda. This attention is a form of love that many have forgotten how to offer, and it will heal places within you that have felt chronically unseen or misunderstood. Their financial success has taught them valuable lessons about human nature, about who remains loyal during difficult times, about the emptiness of pursuing wealth for its own sake, about the responsibility that comes with abundance. These lessons have matured them beyond their years, have given them wisdom that will benefit your partnership, preventing mistakes that might otherwise have caused unnecessary pain or conflict. The angels want you to know that this person will respect your independence, your autonomy, your need for personal space and individual expression. They aren't seeking someone to complete them or to fill an emptiness within themselves. Rather, they desire a partner who is whole, who brings their own unique gifts and perspective to create something greater than either could manifest alone. Type trust if you're willing to believe in this divine plan even before you see evidence of it. For some of you, this person has a connection to nature, to animals, to the elements that reveals their sensitivity despite their worldly success. They haven't lost touch with simplicity, with wonder, with the aspects of existence that cannot be purchased or controlled. This groundedness will balance any tendency toward materialism that might otherwise accompany their financial abundance. The angels are showing me that this person has a quality of loyalty that has become increasingly rare. Once they recognize you as their person, their commitment won't waver with circumstance or convenience. They understand that real love is a choice, renewed daily rather than a feeling that comes and goes with mood or situation. This steadfastness will create security that allows both of you to take risks, to be vulnerable, to grow beyond current limitations. I'm seeing that many of you have felt forced to choose between spiritual depth and material comfort, between authentic expression and conventional success. This person will demonstrate that such choices are false dichotomies, that one can be both spiritually aligned and materially abundant, both true to oneself and accepted by others. Their integration of these seemingly opposite realms will heal your perception of separation and limitation. Their youth carries an energy of innovation, of questioning established norms, of believing that better ways can be created rather than accepting that's just how things are. This perspective will infuse your relationship with creativity, preventing you from falling into routines that drain vitality from your connection. Together, you will establish new patterns that honor both tradition and possibility. The angels want you to know that this person sees relationship not as a destination, but as a journey of continuous discovery. They don't expect either of you to remain unchanged. Don't fear the evolution that time and experience naturally bring. Instead, they welcome growth, welcome the unfolding of new aspects, welcome the deepening that comes with genuine intimacy, sustained over time. Type evolve if you're ready for a relationship that supports your continuous growth and transformation. For many of you, this person carries healing energy that will soothe wounds you've struggled to address on your own. Not because they are perfect or because they will fix you, but because their particular frequency resonates with yours in ways that naturally restore harmony to discordant aspects of your being. This healing will be mutual. You will offer similar medicine to parts of them that have remained broken or disconnected. The angels are emphasizing that this relationship will expand your definition of what's possible in love, in purpose, in material manifestation, in spiritual connection. Limitations you've accepted as inevitable will dissolve in the light of this person's perspective, in the energy of your combined intention. Doors you believed permanently closed will open, revealing pathways neither of you could have accessed alone. I'm being shown that this person has a relationship with silence, with stillness, that balances their active engagement with the world. They understand the value of pausing, of listening, of creating space between stimulus and response. This quality will bring a rhythmic harmony to your connection, preventing the burnout that comes from constant doing without being, from perpetual noise without reflection. Their wealth has taught them the true value of things beyond their price tag. They don't equate cost with worth, don't use material possessions as substitutes for meaning or connection. This discernment will influence your shared life, creating an environment of abundance without excess, of appreciation without attachment, of enjoyment without identification. The angels want you to know that this person has a sense of humor that will surprise and delight you. Perhaps unexpected wit, self-deprecating charm, or playful banter that cuts through tension and reminds you both not to take life too seriously. This lightness will balance the depth of your connection, ensuring that your relationship nourishes joy alongside growth. Type joy if you're ready to welcome laughter and lightness alongside the deeper aspects of love. For some of you, this person has an unusual relationship with time. Perhaps they've mastered being fully present, or they think in terms of legacy rather than immediate gratification, or they understand timing in ways that seem almost prescient. This perspective will influence your partnership, helping you both to value each moment while maintaining vision for your shared future. The angels are showing me that this person has learned to balance ambition with contentment, striving for growth without attaching their worth to achievement, celebrating success without becoming defined by it. This equilibrium will create a relationship dynamic where both of you can pursue excellence without the shadow of perfectionism, can appreciate progress without the pressure of impossible standards. I'm seeing that many of you have struggled with feeling either too much or not enough, too sensitive or too detached, too ambitious or too complacent, too independent or too accommodating. This person will appreciate the particular combination that makes you uniquely you. Will see the wisdom in your specific balance rather than trying to push you toward some imagined ideal of how you should be. Their youthful energy doesn't mean immaturity or irresponsibility. Rather, it reflects an ability to remain open, curious, and enthusiastic, despite the disappointments or challenges they've faced. This quality will revitalize aspects of yourself that may have become resigned or cynical, will remind you of possibilities you'd begun to doubt or dismiss. The angels want you to know that this person carries a frequency of peace that will be palpable in their presence. Not the peace of avoidance or denial, but the deep tranquility that comes from having faced difficulties and discovered strength, having encountered complexity and found clarity. This energy will create a sanctuary within your relationship, a haven from the chaos that often characterizes modern existence. Type peace if you're ready to experience this tranquility within your partnership. For many of you, this person has a relationship with creativity that extends beyond conventional artistic expression. They see possibilities where others see problems, connections where others see separation, beauty where others see ordinariness. This perspective will infuse your shared life with inspiration, preventing stagnation from taking root in any aspect of your relationship. The angels are emphasizing that this person understands the balance between giving and receiving, not in a transactional sense of keeping score, but in the rhythmic flow that sustains healthy connection. They know when to offer support and when to accept it, when to lead and when to follow, when to speak and when to listen. This dance of reciprocity will create harmony rather than power struggles or resentment. I'm being shown that this person has a quality of integrity that extends beyond public behavior into private choices, beyond words into consistent action. They are aligned in thought, speech, and deed, not from rigid morality, but from authentic integration of their values with their behavior. This congruence will create trust that deepens rather than erodes over time, allowing vulnerability to flourish within safe boundaries. Their financial abundance reflects their understanding of energy exchange, of value creation, of service that meets genuine needs. They haven't accumulated wealth through exploitation or manipulation, but through offering something meaningful, something that improves lives or solves problems. This ethical foundation will ensure that your shared resources become blessings rather than burdens. The angels want you to know that this person has done their shadow work, has confronted aspects of themselves that many prefer to ignore or deny. This courage allows them to meet your wholeness with their own, to engage with all of you rather than just the parts that feel comfortable or familiar. Together, you will continue this journey of integration, supporting each other's healing without becoming entangled in each other's wounds. Type whole if you're ready to be fully seen and accepted, including the parts of yourself you've kept hidden. For some of you, this person has an unusual relationship with technology, perhaps innovative use balanced with intentional disconnection, or creative application without addiction, or leveraging digital tools while maintaining human connection. This balanced perspective will influence your shared life, allowing you to benefit from modern conveniences without sacrificing presence or intimacy. The angels are showing me that this person understands the importance of ritual, of marking transitions, of celebrating milestones, of honoring cycles, not from obligation or tradition alone, but from recognition that these practices create meaning, create containers for experience, create shared stories that bind people together across time. This appreciation will bring richness to your daily life together, transforming ordinary moments into sacred memories. I'm seeing that many of you have felt pressure to choose between aspects of yourself that seemed contradictory, between strength and vulnerability, between independence and connection, between pragmatism and spirituality. This person will demonstrate that such polarities can coexist, can even enhance each other when held in conscious balance. Their integration of these apparent opposites will heal your perception of internal conflict. Their youthful quality includes an ability to remain adaptable, to embrace change rather than resisting it, to see transitions as opportunities rather than threats. This flexibility will create resilience in your relationship, allowing it to evolve with circumstances rather than breaking under pressure. Together, you will navigate life's inevitable changes with grace rather than fear. The angels want you to know that this person values depth over appearance, substance over surface, meaning over convention. They aren't impressed by status symbols or social performance, but are drawn to authenticity, to purpose, to genuine expression. This discernment will create a relationship where you feel valued for who you truly are, rather than for the roles you play or the masks you wear. Type authentic if you're ready to be loved for your true self, rather than a polished performance. For many of you, this person has a relationship with legacy that extends beyond individual achievement or accumulation. They think in terms of impact, of contribution, of how their presence affects others across time and space. This perspective will elevate your partnership beyond personal satisfaction into shared purpose, into meaningful participation in something larger than yourselves. The angels are emphasizing that this person understands the power of words, not just what is said, but how it's expressed, not just content, but timing and tone. They communicate with intention, with awareness of the impact their expression has on others. This consciousness will create patterns of interaction where misunderstandings become opportunities for deeper connection rather than sources of persistent conflict. I'm being shown that this person has learned to balance planning with presence, structure with spontaneity, discipline with flexibility. They understand that life rarely follows our expectations precisely, that adaptation is as important as intention. This wisdom will create a partnership that remains stable without becoming rigid, that provides security without sacrificing aliveness. Their wealth is a tool rather than an identity for them, something they use consciously rather than something that defines or confines them. This healthy relationship with material abundance will influence your shared values, preventing money from becoming either an idol or a taboo within your partnership. Together, you will use resources with gratitude, with purpose, with awareness of their potential to create positive impact. The angels want you to know that this person has cultivated patience, not passive waiting, but active trust in divine timing, in natural unfolding, in processes that cannot be rushed without diminishing their value. This quality will balance any tendency toward urgency or forcing that might otherwise create unnecessary stress in your relationship. Together, you will learn to distinguish between helpful action and anxious pushing. Type patience if you're willing to trust the divine timing of this connection's manifestation. For some of you, this person has an unusual relationship with boundaries, understanding that true intimacy requires clear delineation between self and other. That genuine connection flourishes within respectful limits rather than being hindered by them. This wisdom will create safety within your partnership, allowing vulnerability to deepen without fear of engulfment or abandonment. The angels are showing me that this person has integrated masculine and feminine energies within themselves, balancing action with receptivity, logic with intuition, protection with nurturing, independence with collaboration. This internal harmony will create complementary dynamics between you regardless of gender. allowing both of you to express all aspects of yourselves without rigid role division. I'm seeing that many of you have struggled with feeling either too visible or too invisible in relationships, either overexposed and judged or overlooked and dismissed. This person will offer the precise balance of attention you need, seeing you clearly without scrutiny, appreciating you fully without invasion. This recognition will allow you to relax into being rather than performing or hiding. Their youthful spirit includes an ability to find wonder in ordinary moments, to maintain curiosity despite familiarity, to approach the known with fresh perspective rather than assumption. This quality will prevent your relationship from falling into the deadening patterns of routine, will keep your connection vibrant even as it deepens with time and shared experience. The angels want you to know that this person understands the balance between independence and interdependence, that healthy connection requires both autonomy and vulnerability, both self-sufficiency and mutual reliance. They don't seek to merge identities or erase boundaries, but to create a partnership where both individuals continue to grow while supporting each other's evolution. Type balance if you're ready for a relationship that honors both your independence and your connection. For many of you, this person has a relationship with conflict that transforms it from threat to opportunity. Not avoiding disagreement, but approaching it with curiosity rather than defensiveness, with intention to understand rather than to win. This perspective will create patterns of resolution that strengthen rather than weaken your bond, that deepen intimacy rather than eroding trust. The angels are emphasizing that this person has cultivated gratitude as a practice rather than an occasional response, appreciating what is present rather than focusing on what's lacking, acknowledging gifts rather than taking them for granted. This orientation will infuse your relationship with recognition, with celebration, with awareness of the miracle that exists in both ordinary and extraordinary moments. I'm being shown that this person has learned to balance vulnerability with discernment, sharing authentically without overwhelming others, being transparent without becoming dependent on external validation. This wisdom will create emotional intimacy that deepens gradually rather than flooding and receding, that builds sustainable connection rather than intensity that cannot be maintained. Their financial success has come through alignment rather than force, through following inspiration rather than obligation, through service rather than exploitation, through value creation rather than manipulation. This integrity ensures that their abundance carries positive rather than negative energy, blessing rather than burdening your shared life with its influence. The angels want you to know that this person has developed resilience through adversity. Not hardening but strengthening, not becoming rigid but more flexible, not withdrawing but remaining engaged despite disappointment or pain. This capacity will create stability in your partnership, allowing it to weather inevitable challenges without fracturing under pressure. Type resilient if you're ready for a relationship that can withstand life's difficulties and emerge stronger. 4. Some of you, this person has an unusual relationship with spirituality, perhaps integrating diverse traditions or practices, or experiencing direct connection beyond conventional religion, or balancing mystical awareness with practical application. This perspective will create space for your own spiritual expression and evolution, allowing both individual and shared exploration of life's deeper dimensions. The angels are showing me that this person understands the importance of play, of pleasure, of joy, not as indulgence, but as essential nourishment for the human spirit. They haven't allowed responsibility, or achievement to eclipse delight, haven't sacrificed enjoyment on the altar of productivity. This balance will ensure that your relationship sustains vitality alongside depth, lightness alongside commitment. I'm seeing that many of you have felt divided between different aspects of your life, between work and personal expression, between family obligations and individual needs, between social expectations and authentic desires. This person will support integration rather than fragmentation, will appreciate the wholeness of who you are across contexts rather than connecting with only certain dimensions of your being. Their youthful energy includes an ability to forgive, to release resentment, to choose freedom over vindication. This quality prevents the accumulation of emotional debris that eventually suffocates connection, allows your relationship to remain current rather than becoming weighed down by past hurts or disappointments that were never fully processed or released. The angels want you to know that this person values emotional intelligence alongside other forms of capability. Understanding that awareness, expression, and regulation of feelings are skills as important as any intellectual or practical ability. This appreciation will create space for the full range of human emotion within your relationship, preventing the suppression or explosion that occurs when feelings are denied legitimate expression. Type feel if you're ready for a relationship where emotions are honored rather than feared or dismissed. For many of you, this person has a relationship with power that transforms it from domination to service, using influence, capability, and resources to elevate others rather than to control or diminish them. This orientation will create partnership based on mutual empowerment rather than hierarchy, on collaboration rather than competition, on shared strength rather than struggle for position. The angels are emphasizing that this person understands the importance of small moments alongside grand gestures, that daily kindness, attention, and consideration build connection more reliably than occasional extravagance. This awareness will create a relationship textured with consistent care rather than cycling between neglect and compensation, between absence and intensity. I'm being shown that this person has learned to balance achievement with presence, pursuing goals without becoming consumed by them, creating future possibilities without sacrificing current experience. This wisdom will ensure that your relationship remains a priority amidst other commitments. That connection isn't consistently postponed for some future time when external demands have been satisfied. Their wealth reflects abundance consciousness rather than scarcity mentality, trust in sufficiency rather than fear of lack, generosity rather than hoarding, appreciation rather than insatiability. This perspective will influence your shared approach to resources of all kinds: material, emotional, temporal, energetic, creating flow rather than restriction in your life together. The angels want you to know that this person has developed discernment without judgment, the ability to perceive clearly without condemning, to recognize truth without rejecting those who hold different perspectives. This quality will create safety within your relationship, allowing both of you to evolve at your own pace without fear of abandonment if growth takes unexpected forms. Type safe if you're ready for a relationship where you can be authentic without fear of rejection. For some of you, this person has an unusual relationship with success, defining it by impact rather than acclaim, by alignment rather than achievement, by contribution rather than acquisition. This perspective will liberate your partnership from external metrics of value. allowing you to create meaning according to your shared vision, rather than conventional standards. The angels are showing me that this person understands the balance between structure and flow, the necessary container that allows energy to move purposefully rather than dissipating, the boundaries that define rather than confine. This wisdom will create a relationship with enough form to provide security and enough flexibility to allow growth, with rituals that support rather than restrict your connection. I'm seeing that many of you have struggled with relationships where you felt either suffocated by excessive demands or abandoned to complete independence. This person will offer the precise balance of presence and space that allows you to thrive, available without hovering, supportive without controlling, interested without intrusive. This attunement will allow intimacy without anxiety, connection without constriction. Their youthful quality includes enthusiasm that hasn't been diminished by disappointment, optimism that hasn't been eroded by setbacks, belief that hasn't been replaced by cynicism. This energy will revitalize aspects of yourself that may have become cautious or resigned, will remind you of possibilities you'd begun to doubt or dismiss. The angels want you to know that this relationship will arrive at exactly the right moment. Not when you're desperately seeking it or when you've completely abandoned hope, but when the necessary preparation has been completed, when both of you have developed the qualities needed to sustain the connection you're capable of creating together. Type divine timing if you're surrendering your timeline to universal wisdom, trusting the perfect unfolding of this blessed union. Beloved soul, the angels want you to know that you are already loved, already worthy, already complete. This person isn't coming to rescue you or to fix what's broken, but to celebrate what's whole, to complement what's beautiful, to expand what's possible. Your readiness for this relationship isn't measured by perfection, but by willingness. Willingness to be seen, to grow, to love, and be loved without condition or limitation. The wealth this person brings isn't meant to impress you or to solve all material concerns, but to represent the abundance that becomes available when fear is replaced with trust, when limitation is replaced with possibility, when scarcity is replaced with sufficiency. Together, you will discover that true prosperity extends far beyond financial resources into all dimensions of human experience. Their youth, chronological or spiritual, carries the energy of renewal, of fresh perspective, of beginning again, without the weight of past disappointment or future anxiety. This quality will revitalize aspects of your life that may have become routine or resigned, will remind you that each moment offers opportunity for choice, for change, for creation of new patterns and possibilities. The angels are emphasizing that this divine orchestration has been unfolding throughout your lifetime, every experience, every relationship, every challenge and triumph preparing you specifically for this connection. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been random. Nothing has been without purpose in the magnificent tapestry of your journey toward this union. As we conclude this sacred revelation, I want you to know that the angels remain with you, guiding each step, removing obstacles, creating synchronicities that will lead you and this blessed soul together at precisely the right moment. Your task isn't to force or to search frantically, but to remain open, to trust the process, to continue becoming the person who can not only recognize but sustain the connection when it arrives. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share this video to friends. Thank you for watching.